Good morning, this is Steve from Guns and Hoses. I'm here today to start this job. First job is to snap out the lines. I've got my plan, already worked out most of the numbers, which I can show you how to do later. So the first thing to do would be we're going to snap all the parallels this way, then I'll pull the square and I'll snap the lines the other way. So I'm going to check the outside, and so this is the correct number. And I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 60 mils big. So that means 30 each side coming in. Go over to the other side. Make a mark at 30. And go to the other end, do the same. It's a bit cold this morning. Okay, now that's ready to snap through. That'll be my baseline. Just make sure there's nothing in the way. And what I use is one of these. This is the dead man's hand. This will pin into concrete so I can snap the line. Right there. Okay. It's quite a long run, but I should have enough on this ink line. There we go. You want to pull it as tight as you can onto the mark. And we didn't really get a line because the ink line's dry. It means I've got to put a bit of water or a bit more ink in it. Okay, I'll just put a bit of water in the ink line. So we'll try that again. Oh, it's freezing. Hopefully that sun comes up soon and warms us up a bit. I'll go back into the original hole and try this again. Now we got a line. Okay, now from there I'm going to pull all my parallels, every line running this way. So again, I'll use this pin, concrete pin, to hold the end of my tape. So I'm going to pull all the parallels and I'm going to pull a diagonal to make it square. And if you'd like to learn how to do that, I will be releasing some educational videos to show you how it's done. Tutorial videos, in a better word. Okay, so I'm going to go 0 on there. And as you can see, I can mark. It's a metal tape. That's holding it there. And I mark 90 on the inside of the wall. I always like to snap double lines. And this is all on grid, so these will these walls will come in onto these red ticks. That's 1820 plus 90, 1910. $27.30 plus 90 is $28.20. $54.60 will be $55.50 plus the 90. So as you can see, I've snapped through all my parallels of my baseline. Now from this corner over to there, I'm going to pull my diagonal and make it square, and that way I can snap the lines going the other way, and that makes sure it's all square and the corners are on 90 degrees. So I'm going to come in 30 mils. I've already checked the overall, and that's what we need to come in. Make my mark there. Now that's going to be 0 on the long tape. Get my long tape. And this is the number I'm looking for. I can show you how to get that number on another video. Right, 0 on the angle. Right, my crosshairs there. And we'll take through. A bit roughly in position. Oh, and as you can see, that's no good. Caught up on the anchor bolts there. If you want this tape nice and straight, obviously. I'm just going to put it there. I'm not going to already see I'm close to the number, so I'm going to go back over there. I think it'll be through there. And just check I'm on 0. Still, sometimes it moves. I'm just going to move that over a little bit. Lots of trains this morning. Morning rush hour. We're actually out here in Minamiashigara. Nice, quite open. 13148. 13148. And where this line crosses that line, that should make me square. Right there. Now if I pull my length back down that run from this point, and that'll give me my baseline at the back, and it makes sure it's square. I'm just checking that could maybe go over there. Let's check that again. 13148. Yep. So I've squared up my lines, squared up the foundations. Haven't quite finished snapping my lines, but I've got my baseline here, and the lumber has arrived. He's going to lift it off with his nick, and I get the door die 4x4 put here. That's easy for me to grab from inside, and then the plywood here. Also, I want it as near as possible. This guy's a very good operator. He can get that boom up through second floor windows and drop lumber where you want it.
YouTuber どうなの？
今これでやってるよ。
あ、自分でやってんだ。
屋根の時から呼ぶよ。He's going to slide that under there. Anchored?
乗っちゃってるか。
あ
あ、でも下げれば乗らないと思うよ。
あ、あ、そっか。
もうちょっと手前する。
ああ、大丈夫と思うよ。乗れるか乗れないかちょっと見てみよう。
大丈夫？
まだ下行ってわかる。
もうちょっと手前にするよ。
はい。We're just sitting on the anchors there, so we're just going to move it. Right. Oh. Oh, look at that. That's just perfect. See, I can grab that easily. I've basically got 3 metres and 4 metre dodies. 1 green stick. I'll show you what that's for later. It's actually for the access hole in the floor. Tenkenko in Japanese. It'll be there. What more balasa?
半分しか入らないから。
はい。Just keeps packing. It's Kimitsu packing, which doesn't let air flow through, so we put that around the genkan and the unit bath. And they haven't filled in the concrete here yet, which is a bit slack. I'll put that there for now. That's where I'm going to need it. Here will be my metal brackets, Kademono L brackets. All these nuts will come off as well. Oh, hey. Make these straight, all these nuts come off. We don't use these, we use a different one, which I'll show you later. The ones we actually do use will be in this box. Screw washer. That's these. And they go on there. Close the dodi down. That's a job for later. There's more keys of packing.
Yep.
This is glue for the legs. Here comes the plywood. same thing, we're going to get this as close as possible. Alright, yeah. These are other Kanamono. I'll show you those later. These are the legs. So things are warmed up here, sun's up, starting to get a sweat on. I've snapped all my lines. It's now time to start laying 4x4s, dodai, the treated lumber. So anything on a wall, I look for a straight one. And obviously there's bends both ways, so I always try and keep the straightness the same way as my lines. Makes sense. I'm going to start here, and what I like to do is get a whole line down first. This plan here is colour coded to tell me what size of lumber to use in which spot. And that one actually didn't work because, as you can see, it doesn't come in on the join. So I'll have to cut that between these two to make it work. Let's just lay them all down first, have a look and see what's going on. So I'll stop just half a mil in from a line. Look for another semi-straight one. One's not too bad. And this one's coming in the right spot. So what I'm actually going to have to do there is either get the guy to come and put another chemical anchor in here, the concrete guy, he's missed one. I saw on the plan there's supposed to be 3 there, or we can use a metal strap on it. When the supervisor gets here, I'll ask him. So all I do now I've got that line laid out, scan down. Sometimes they're just still a bit bent. I did straighten them up. Mark my centres. Use my square that over. Then measure from the centre of the bolt to my outside line. These should be around 45 mils if the concrete guy's done a good job and centred them all properly. That one's actually 35. And we have no choice other than to go with it. And then I'll just mark those. And this one's off as well. 30. Might hit one at 45. 37. So I've got that whole line marked out there. There goes the train again. So I've got that row marked out, and then what I like to do is drill them out more or less all in the same spot, so cleaning up's easier later. So I choose a room with no pipes on the floor because it just makes life easier at the end to clean up. Now, this is the drill I'm using. I did used to use a cordless Makita drill, which was great at first. It seems to be wearing down with power, so I went back to the corded one because it never lets you down. And I guess I'm going to have to buy the new 40 volt one if I want to go back to cordless. And just drill through. And then the top bit, that's it. Just takes that out to take those hybrid washers that we screw in later. So I've got that row drilled out. The next thing to do is to put the packing down. This is what the 4x4s sit on. And around this is the unit bath. Around the unit bath we have an airtight one. This doesn't have any airflow underneath. You can see it's solid and it's got foam. That's called kimitsu packing in Japanese, so airtight packing. And obviously I want to be able to see my line later. Sometimes you have to cut out if these bolts are in the way. We got lucky there. And I think I get lucky there. Yep. So I line that up with my inside line. Now we switch to the normal packing, and this is on a 455 out, and we also want it under the joins. This one you can actually see the lines in between. Doesn't quite reach to the corner, so I'm going to spin it round, get one and put it the other way so we can pick up the corner there. The corners are obviously important because it's load bearing. Okay, I'll pop my dodo back on. Come on. And there you go. Next we get these, the screw washers. As you can see, it's scuzzed out there to take the bottom of that. They go on there. And when we tighten it down, we just bang this around to get it on the line in the correct position.